Hi everybody, this is Mona and welcome back to Butterfliez Home and Garden. I am going to share with you today how to put together one of the Gardener Supply 3-tier grow racks. When I originally purchased my first one, it took me and Benjamin forever just trying to put this thing together. So I did a video of it, but it wasn't step by step. It was just kind of, this is what it is, the unboxing, and we came back when it was all put together. So I decided to, since I've ordered another one, to do a step by step. So this is my first time actually putting something together on YouTube, so just be patient with me. But everything on here, the one thing that I do like about it is everything is labeled with a sticker. So you're going to know, you know, what goes with what. So it's not one of those things where you can't figure out which is which and where it's supposed to go and all of that. So what I'm going to do is attempt to put this together on film. So I don't know really how to do this, so I don't know. We're just going to roll with it, and however and whatever way this turns out, it will be what it will be. So let me finish getting set up. I do have everything out of the box, as you can see over here. I have all of the screws and chains and all of that stuff over here. Hopefully this will be pretty easy because I'm a little familiar now with putting it together, but we shall soon see. So let me get my camera set up on my tripod and I will be back. Okay guys, I'm back. The first thing after laying out all of your, everything in the box, and the first step calls for the S1L on one side, the S2 in the middle, and the S1R on the right side. And the first thing you're going to do is take this bar, which is labeled S3T, and you're going to attach that to the top here. And it's, I will say, as far as the screws and whatnot you saw a minute ago, it pretty much uses the same size screw. There are some off to the side over here that it already has the screw in it. And that is for the sides or the top rail that you put on each tier that the chain rests on. So that part, I will say, was pretty easy. You do want to pay attention to which side you're putting down. You want the screw or the indent side to be on the outside. So with this one right here, you see the big hole right here on this top. And that is to be able to screw it into the screw hole that's already here on the top of this. So it's two of the short screws that you're going to see in there. And it's just very, very simple. Well, first, let's get it in there. So let's do that right, Mona. Hold on, I'm fishing for the screw. There it goes. And I just found it was just easier to kind of put the screw on the top of my Phillips head and just let it kind of guide it through here, and it just drops out to that other side. And these right here, I don't know how good you can see it, but it already has a screw hole in that. So let me do this. Like I said earlier, guys, I normally don't put things together on film, but I realized someone recently had gone to the video where we had put this together, and he had purchased a grow rack from Gardener Supply as well. And I didn't realize until he pointed out in the comment that, because I said it was so exciting a lot in that video, and he was like, you must have been really excited because it didn't show anything of how you put it together, and I'm looking at the instructions and they're a little goofy, so I decided, number one, to go back and change that title. But knowing that I was ordering another one, I was like, you know, I'm going to attempt to put it together on film. So after doing that, and of course you don't want to tighten any of these up until the end, because you're going to need that give. So that way in the end, because some of these screws, once you kind of get it more together, it's hard to get them lined up to go in there. So it's like most things that you're putting together. You don't want to tighten it up until the very end. Okay, with that being said, let's move on to the next step. Which is, and I've turned this around, so let's turn it back around here, the way that it makes it easier for moi. And the next step is going to be with the longer screw. And you're just going to take it, and the beautiful part about this is that you really can't go wrong on which side goes in and out, because I was wrong when I said the indent side goes out, it goes in. So, but with the holes that are here on the side, the bigger hole that you're going to be dropping the screw down into, it kind of helps guide it, so that way you know exactly which way this whole thing is supposed to go. So, you're just going to get this in here, and I'm going to do this one for you guys on film, and after that I probably just will kind of put everything on a fast speed because you're just going to repeat on the other side what you've already done on this side. So I'm not getting on the floor with this today because my back has been just really giving me the business. And I'm afraid if I get down there, guys, that I might not be able to get up. So I hope you can see this. And the screw will just go down into the hole. I think, yeah, there we go. And again, you're not going to be tightening this up all the way. And hold on, let me see something here. Okay, because you also got to put in mind and making sure that everything is exactly the way that it's supposed to be, because I don't feel like starting over. It just looks kind of funny to me right now. So I'm thinking that this is, oh yeah, this is the bottom. Okay, I see now. So yes, I'm doing it right. I just don't like to start over if I don't have to. I'm gonna be real for real about that. It is a pain in the butt. So, and the next one is going to, okay, we have one, we have two, and we have, okay, we're good to go. And so you're just going to come over here on the other side and repeat. pretty long screws. All right. Again, with a very loose fit on there. And even though I put this together before, I still do instructions to make sure that I'm doing it right. Okay, so now at the bottom of this will be the S3B. So let's get that. And it is just another one of the short ones. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe that just a little bit. And this is, you know, a little different than that one because it doesn't have the wide hole in it. And that is okay because that's the way it's supposed to be. So, but I think the bottom one has the longer screw going in there. Yep. So again, you're just going to feed it through, let it come to the other side, and it is already screw holes there. And we're going to do the same on the outer sides. And I hope you can see this well enough to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so this is one of the side panels. I'm gonna cut you off for a minute, do the other side panel, and I will bring you guys back when we're ready to move on to the next step. So I will see you in a moment. All right, guys, I wanted to come back really quickly before I started to put the rest of the pieces on here to show you, because this is the mistake that we originally made when we put the very first one of these together. If you notice right here, you have this one, that little white circle. Okay, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. Very important. The very first hole, because if you look up here where this hole is at, there's no other holes right here on either side. And that is because this very first one at the top is for the crossbar that holds, if I could talk right and switch hands, it holds the first light rack. So the way that this is going to go on, the hole that you see right here, right above the white one, is where that screw is going to be screwed in right there. So, and then from there, the next holes that you see are for the rest of the trays, but these shelves. So if you come down from that very top up there, and you're going to come down to the very first hole, this is where this is going to rest, and that's for the tray to rest on. Then that middle one right there is going to be for another light, and then this one is going to be for another one of these crossbars. So I'm going to go ahead and get it together and bring you guys back once I get all of that set up. So I'll be back in a moment. All right, guys, I wanted to come back and kind of show you what this looks like. Of course, it's on its side. I did skip over one step that the instructions said to do, which was to put in the bottom these stoppers. It has a hole in the center, and that's where the caster wheels will go. With me doing it by myself, it would have been rolling all over the place, so I decided to just do that at the very end. So, as you can see, and hopefully you can kind of, you know, try to pretend to look at it as if it was standing upright. But your very first crossbar that the chain and the lights hang from will be by itself at the very top. Then you come down, you're gonna add another crossbar, which is the one right here in the center, and then you're going to add the two on the side, and that part holds is where the tray sits in. So you're going to do the same thing that you did on this middle one, down at the hole sitting there, and then of course the crossbars will be down at the bottom for the tray to sit on. Pay attention if you're a person that you want the labels to go in the same direction. If you can see right here, it has the Gartner Supply sticker, and it's only on one side of that, on all those crossbars. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this together, put the other side on, and I will bring you back. Alright guys, I'm back. I hope this is a good angle and there's not a glare of sun on here. But I just wanted to show you, again, since I'm doing this by myself, I just kind of laid everything flat on the ground and put everything in. So up here is the top. And again, that crossbar, it's by itself. You move to the second tier. This one has the middle crossbar and two of these on each side. And again, down here, you have the middle crossbar that holds the lighting and the two sides. And down here on the end, it's just going to be two sides. This is the bottom. Like I said a moment ago, I didn't put these, I don't know if you can see it, these in yet. So I just wanted to show you this last step with putting the other side on here. They make these instructions way more complicated than they need it to be, to me at least. It really was a simpler way of doing it, whether you're doing it by yourself or you have someone helping you. It was, you know, the person that wrote these instructions, probably a very smart person, but you need to go back to school and simplify this. I don't know what schooling a person takes that is, you know, drafts up instructions for different things, but the instructions were just really kind of ridiculous. It didn't take all that you put in there. You could have switched it around just a little bit. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But, like I said earlier, I definitely wanted to do a video on this because when we put the very first rack that we purchased, I'll say tried to put it together, it was a mess. And mainly because of the way the instructions are written out, it's kind of a little backwards. You know, there should be other steps that take place later. It should be reversed and become first. So it just made it really, really confusing. So when the gentleman that recently commented on the video of that old video that we did, I understood his pain. And, you know, because there was not really any videos that I could find. I haven't really looked since then. I looked the day that he commented on my video that I had done. So I hope this video was easy to follow, not too difficult, but it's, you know, once you do it once, you know, if you ever buy another one, you definitely will remember, because you will have that reference to go off on. So I'm just kind of coming in here, putting the screws in on the other side, and getting everything tightened up. Like I said, once it's in there, these grow lights, I will tell you, they are wonderful. They do what they're supposed to do. Very powerful lighting. So if you're looking for something that has some power in it as far as the brightness of the lumens and kelvins and all of that stuff, this is something that definitely could work for you. So we really like ours. So this one I'm putting together for a friend. So it just works out easier for me to do it myself. So what I'm going to do is continue with this and getting all of these screwed in, and I will bring you guys back once I get this part done and kind of show you the trick that we used to get the chain through the center bar. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, got everything in, got everything tightened up. I'm going to tap in, I don't know what these things are called exactly, end plugs, yeah, the end plugs, and nothing to it, it's just, hard plastic, and just with a rubber hammer, just want to tap those in. And then there's some taps, plugs for the top as well, and they also have some like hole plugs, but I'm not going to put those in. I really don't care whether those are in or out. But they go at the top. And again, just your rubber hammer and just get them in there. Now I will say it can get a little tricky getting that chain through, which is the next step that I'm going to be showing you. A thin piece of wire works. The last time I used a like a jumbo paper clip and just kind of straightened it out. So let me get these tapped in, get the wheels on the bottom, and I'll come back and show you the next step with getting the chains through. Alright guys, bringing you back on to show you one of the next to the last steps, which is getting the ball chain together with the chain grips. And when you take them out of the box, it'll just have the chain, the ball chain by itself. Then you'll have a ring, you will have this little doodad, and then you will have the clamp grip. So very easy, nothing to this, but you're just going to take and take the ball chain and just put it down in here, and just like with any ball chain, you're going to put it in here until you hear it snap. And this is just, if you can put keys on a ring, then you can put this on here. So it just goes through the hole. And the last step that you need to do, and this is very important, because I didn't do this the very first time I put it together, and I had to take all of them out, which is you want to feed the ball chain through the grip and pull it pretty much all the way through, so that way it's just easier. Now I will say you can put the ball chain in the hole standing up, but having it on its side is going to make your life a whole lot easier, because you're just going to feed it through and let it come down, and just reach in here. I mean, if you have big hands and, you know, get some tweezers or needle nose pliers. And what I do, so that way when I stand it up, that it doesn't fall out and I have to, you know, do it all over again, I just use some binder clamps and just, you know, put it on there. So that way when I go to stand it up, it won't fall out. If you don't have that, you can use tape to kind of just hold it together until you get it stood up. So I'm going to finish these, and I guess, well, I need to show you underneath here. So bear with me as I bring this over, and don't know really which way to kind of get it up in there. So I can't see this, guys. So, but I do want you to see the reason why you need to kind of lay it on its side. You have to get that ball chain through where you see this plastic piece that's on the inside of this crossbar. So you want to make sure that you get it over that, because it's going to make it much easier to glide the trays up and down by having that together. So I'm going to finish doing this and get it stood up and show you I think the next step is the final step. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, I almost forgot to turn my camera back on. One of the last steps you're going to do is you want to make sure that you pull the plastic off of this. And it has, you know, the little sticker right here telling you that. So that is that. Not difficult. Just peels right off. So, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to be getting your lighting attached to this, and, you know, very easy. You have everything in this kit that you're going to need to get going. So, you know, once you get past the initial installation of everything, it's really just very, very simple. And I like the fact that the way that these are in here, they're so secure. My other grow racks like this, I want to say I got the first one 2 years ago, and I have not had to replace a light strip at all in any of them. When you do put this on, you want to make sure, because the cords, and let me show you, the connectors that connect the little, yeah, I hope that's coming in, but it's this little doodad, and how it works is you want to make sure when you're snapping on, before you snap your lights on, that you either have, and I don't know if that's showing up at all, maybe, but I'm trying to get you to see on the inside of here, on the connectors, that you have the male to female running correctly. So what I normally do is just, you know, you can tell in here, because you have one side that is a male, one side that is a female connector. And on here, this is the male connector part, so you're just going to take the female connector and put it on there. And you want to push pretty firm on these, and from time to time they'll get a little loose, but, you know, it's nothing to it. You just, you know, push it back in there. So, let me bring you down. Can you see? I don't know. I think that's a little bit more. Bear with me, guys. Okay, that's good. And how these snap in is literally these brackets that you see right here. You just put them in there. You make sure that the spacing is, you know, as far as the edge to edge spacing is good for you. And you're just going to push down on it and snap it in there. And with the other one, you're going to make sure that you have the right side, because now you need to make sure this is the male connector that's down here. I don't know if you can see me. So you want to make sure that you have the female side that snaps into, and it does. And these are always, you know, these are very easy to get these in and out of here. I like the fact, like I said, that it's very durable as far as, or not durable, I don't know what word I'm trying to use. The lights last a long time. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the other half of it is the actual power cord that you're going to put in. And I want to say, yeah, this is a female side. So you're just going to go to the female side that is left on here and just stick it in there. And, you know, getting these going and getting them put in here is not difficult. Let me slide this out the way. And I'm going to bring you up so you can see. Oops. Just trying to come off a little bit more. Okay, I think you can see me. So after that, you're literally just going to come and take your clamps. Now be careful when you go to take these clamps off of here, because the ball and chain is slippery and it will slip out, and then you'll have to, you know, get it back in there again. But, and where that connects to is, let me get this turned around, right here on each end of the light shade. There is another clamp in here, and all you're going to do is just put the ball chain down in there. So again, just you want to be making sure that you're holding on to the one end, and you are going to just get that first ball in there into the teeth. And I know before with some of these I did have to kind of open up the teeth some, because they were just really too close together to be able to get that in there. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And of course, if you have nails, this can be kind of difficult for you, whether they're your nails or not. I used to do the whole acrylic nails and even letting mine grow out and just getting overlay on them, but I mean, I used to do it just on a regular. As I got older, don't care about it doing that as much, you know, not a big deal. And here, guys, it's ready to go. And I will say, stepping on my cord. One of the things that I like about this is you can see it's like tilted, but with the tabs that you just put on, you could turn these in different directions and it will help balance it out. So, you know, here and there from time to time you'll have to do that. But other than that, guys, you know, this is really it. I'm gonna get all the trays on because that's the last thing to do also, is just, you know, put the trays on. So let me finish getting all of this together and we will come back and do a final once over. So I will be back in a moment. Well, okay guys, as you can see, it is all done. It is not difficult to put this together for me now. Again, the first one, it was a disaster. But once you know, get that first part, the first side frame together, you know, it flows through, very easy to put together. Doing it by myself, I'll say it took me about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, from beginning to end. Now the other thing that I do like to get is this power strip, and I like it for a couple of reasons. It also has a timer on it, and I've used other timers. This one I like the best. The 4-row or 1 row is, which is this side of, that is the side that has the timer on it. The 4 on this side, it doesn't have a timer that controls that. But I kind of comparison shop back and forth between Gardener Supply Company and Amazon. They run about the same, which I want to say was like $32. But it is well worth it. For me, this is the best one that I've found that I like the best. So, and it also has a battery backup on the inside. So if you lose power, anything like that, you know how with electric clocks you lose your power and it comes back on, it's constantly blinking. With this, because of that battery backup, you don't have to worry about that. So guys, you know what? That is it. We are all done with the Gardener Supply 3-tier grow rack. So as always, be blessed, and I will check you guys out on the next video. Take care.